All right, so that's another one of those deep state tricks that I've been speaking about. So they're going to protect the world by blowing the whistle. And what did they do? They created an extraordinable situation in the White House. Now, it's no big deal. What happened? It always happens like that because you can't. You can't pass information to the rank and file intelligence officers about something going on in the president's office. That's kept close to the cuff and that's handled through situations uh, that come up like that are handled in a compartmentalized, see, they're cursing me so I couldn't get to the word, a compartmentalized fashion. Right. It has to be compartmentalized. You have to be cleared for that compartment. And you're not, don't tell me that guy was cleared. He wasn't. Nobody was cleared. If somebody immediately took that to Tulsi Gabbard, then that's how you do it. Right. That's what my psychic sources are telling me. They also told me to F you, but we won't be doing that right now. We used that on someone else already tonight. So that person, I don't even know how it became public. Who made it public? That's not supposed to. Intelligence has limited application of whistleblower. Right. Well, because it involves the office of the president. You can't do that. And again, that's what they're doing. They're creating an extortable situation by pretending that their man or their woman is a whistleblower. Just like protecting narcos because they're my victim, because I spoke about them harassing me. Well, what they'll do is they'll deny that it's happening and then say, oh, he's just crazy and now they're my victim. There's no doubt that narcos attack. There's no doubt that sex traffickers attack. There's no doubt that dirty cops attack. Why would they do that? Because they're dirty. Ooh. It's like a brainwashing thing. Why would they do that? What have you done? But they're not really investigating. It's brainwashing. You ever get somebody that comes in? I explained this before. After I, very close to when I left the government, I started explaining it. You ever get somebody that comes in and admits to a crime they didn't commit? The deep state did that too. They try to tell me, let's go in and tell them you did something or something. I can't even remember. But it was something like, tell them you did something. Or maybe it was the death of John. Maybe they wanted me to admit to it. I can't remember what it was. No, it wasn't a test. It was brainwashing. They wanted to take me out from work. And of course, I had no clue that they could do more than blackball me from government. They could blackball me from all employment. And in essence, you would stop applying, because I had my retirement, which wasn't their plan. Well, they wanted me homeless. This is the payback for service. Again, you got homeless people out there. They got money because they're doing shit to them that I'm speaking about, like this guy or gal that comes up and steals my trash. I see them, I'll attempt to remove their head from their body. Of course, it'll stay attached, but there won't be much left of the neck when I twist your freaking head off. Every ounce of strength my massive muscles have. I've got to be like the most muscular person that doesn't work out. I really do. I don't know what it is. Right. No, it's like Hashem or something. Infatuation with twisting somebody's head off? There's the flip again. Oh, you're infatuated with us. We're not infatuated with you. Like I said, there is no reason for that to be public. Whoever made that public is prosecutable. You've just violated executive privilege. How did that go public? That's the part I missed. and yeah, intelligence secrecy laws. See, oh no, we're helping intelligence by this. Same thing I was talking about the media. The media spied on the US government and was paid by foreign bosses, whether it's Denmark or Finland or Russia, we don't care. Your team, my team government doesn't work anymore than the deep state bullshit they're playing here with political party. Journalists spied on the United States and called it journalism. Put it out there in the news for the Russians, the Chinese to read. And used for extortion and disruption in the United States of America. But it's journalism. It's journalism. It's investigation. It's journalism. We're protecting the intelligence community. That person's most likely a spy. The person that's the supposed whistleblower. Like I told you, they're obsessed with using our system against us. Who was the person that leaked it? It's a leak. It's no doubt a leak. Right, okay, she says, I just read the news article. She already said it. Yeah, it's bullshit. I didn't get that from the news article. I just kind of read it, what it actually was, not what her response was. No, information shouldn't even be out there. Okay, so you redacted it. But it still shouldn't be out there. It's an extortable situation. I didn't read the whole article. I just read what he did. Or she did, whoever the whistleblower is. That's bullshit. It's a bullshit. It's a spy. A person's a spy, probably. I don't want to hear it. Deep state is spying. Oh, you're Democrats, so you're not spies? You're a journalist, so you're not a spy, right? Because look, it says press. It doesn't say spy. Look, I have a or not DNA. I have an intelligence ID. I'm not a spy. Right. I brought those scams out like Holder spirits here. Yeah, I brought those crimes up back when Holder was there. Right. The scam, the cover story. I'm an investigator, so I'm not stalking you. Another scam. Thanks, Larry. No, it shouldn't even be in the news. Right. And how do you even investigate it at this point? The person, I don't know if the person knew. Nothing in there says the person knew. Now, the person might know, but that's besides the point. Nothing says that the subject of that phone call, and again, it might be Wise, whatever her name is, Wiles. Maybe not, maybe so. But again, we don't know if the subject of the phone call that made the phone call or have received a phone call in any way, shape, or form even knew about it until they released it. It doesn't tell you that anything was happening. In other words, it may have been passed to Kash Patel to handle. Ooh. We don't, like, nobody knows. The White House might be doing something as far as executive privilege. And in reality, you may have outed somebody who needed to stay undercover. I would have liked to have seen them try that with Reagan. You know what went on there. Speaking to a lot of foreign intelligence. Right. Well, somebody might get prosecuted for it. Can't be a whistleblower when you're a spy. Nice try, spies. Is he being investigated before he became a whistleblower, or she? That's another one to look at. That's what they do. All of a sudden, they're a whistleblower. I was never an official whistleblower. It's just by default. I mean, I tried to retire. They blocked it. Not officially. They just wouldn't forward it. So they sent me a letter of fitness for duty, like months later after I go on sick leave. Right. But I said, that's it. I'm going to send her. That's what my family does. At least Lautenberg lived to a ripe old age. They killed Heinz. I think it's because he helped me. Could be, actually. What do you mean? Satan hates me. Hated Heinz. Heinz helped a lot of people. Hated Arlen. Arlen hung on. Boy, he was sick. Yeah, they killed. They killed. They got Fetterman, didn't they? They got me with almost the same thing as Fetterman, but different. Right. Could be them. Could actually be ultrasonics. Could be anything. Could be something they put in your food. Right. Now they're like that. They get in. But again, you can't turn your back on the people just because they're criminals, and spy criminals at that. Right. Well, you have an obligation to God, and you do your job, you live your life, and then God will take you home. Right. Well, there's a lot of questions as to why that was put out where the media could retrieve it. Doesn't seem like it's an honest ability or an honest effort. Correct. Thank you, Larry. Well, I don't have a problem with Josh. I don't agree with Josh. He knows I know this stuff. I'm sure. If he saw it, he know I know. He would know. Well, this is not supposed to be handled outside of the silent, at least at this point, especially the silent whistleblower network. Well, they're not supposed to know anything went on. That's the see. I told them. I said, yeah, I did recommend that, but not where it would leak. I mean, I did recommend. I told them they have to make people feel comfortable with whistleblowing. You have to put like a senators and Congress, like the Gang of Eight, could be part of the whistleblower system, but we're having problems again. Subsequent to that, we had problems with leaks. Like once upon a time, leaks weren't this bad, right? So you could trust maybe the Gang of Eight, not the leak. Well, I told him you have. I forget which case it was, but somebody. I said I don't remember which one it was, but I said you have to make it so people feel comfortable blowing the whistle in a secret way. You can even include judges or something, right? But it has to be, like the secret court, where nothing is leaked. We're allowed to be talked about. That was one of my suggestions, something like that. Like you take the secret court and say, if you're a whistleblower and want to be a whistleblower and you're afraid of Tulsi Gabbard or whatever it is, you can go to this secret court and there's like a hotline or whatever, and the secret court receives your whistleblower complaint. But that doesn't go to the media. See, right? I don't know if you want to look at that and try to figure that out. Well, it shouldn't be in the media. There shouldn't be anything like it in the media because every spy in the world now has this information. Push ways for them to figure out who was called. Believe me. Now, every single person that has any knowledge about it is at risk of being attacked by foreign spies to find out who it is and how it happened. Right? That includes trying to cause him to fall the way they tried to cause Jonathan Luna to fall before he killed himself. He took himself out because he couldn't handle being whoever they wanted him to be. Right. Thank you, Larry. Or theoretically, again, they could have murdered him. They definitely psychologically murdered him. Well, it actually came out that somebody murdered him initially. As far as I wasn't awake, but I would say psychically it was leaning towards real murder. But I tell you the truth, though, I believe I was drugged at that point, and I believed it was crazy. Like I couldn't. No, it wasn't mental illness. It was being drugged. Right. So I can't attest to the validity and veracity of that part of it, and I wasn't awake yet. So right. No, I believe I was drugged with LSD. Thank you, Larry. Then again, there's people that have like $10 million in the bank, a nice house, a nice Marshal Service retirement or FBI retirement. They would agree with me, but they're not going to tell you anything because they like their $10 million. Right. Or more. Thanks, Larry. Well, because they were drugged. But it's a different situation. Again, it could have been a group drugging. The entire courthouse could have been drugged. Right. You start wiping it on stuff. They don't even have to wipe it on stuff. All they have to do is put it in the bottle of stuff that the staff that cleans the building uses. I've already went through this a million times figuring it out. I believe the judges were drunk. I believe it was LSD. Probably a lighter dose than normal. So if they're not operating you, if it's a light dose of LSD, it'll be strange, but it won't be that strange. When they operate you, that's when it affects you. Instead of a good trip, you have a bad trip. Or something like it. Again, they've probably, probably tried to create what do they call that? Hybrids or something like that. I believe the judges were drugged. I believe Circuit Court Judge Motz, she was drugged. I believe she was drugged. See, I didn't know I was an insect. I knew all these people, I guess. I mean, garbage has been around all day. No, I can tell. I can tell. Well, I believe, and again, Judge Garbus does what he does. He makes his decisions. I didn't always agree with his decisions when I was in the courthouse. So of course, I don't agree with everyone now, or in the last few years. Right. But Garbus looks like he's changed. He looks like he knows the truth now. Just a look on his face. I believe he knows the truth. Nah, he's not. He's not the old messy Marvin he used to be. Got a much seriouser look. Much serious. Thank you, Larry. So again, that's not even supposed to find its way outside of a secret whistleblower process. But again, including judges will help you possibly with that process. So that was one of my alternative whistleblower. So they don't go, because they make an excuse. I was saying they make excuses and do this kind of shit. I said if you provide somebody for them to call up, other than that's sworn to secrecy, other than Tulsi Gabbard, right, or that chain. So again, the secret court would probably be a place where that could take place. Well, the secret court would enter into discussions with DNI or whoever it is. Right. Now, the secret court has no authority to release anything, right? But that's kind of that go between, so that like whatever happened here, where did this person go? Right. As an attorney, but how did the information find its way to the public? through media, right? So what you want to what should have happened is this attorney should have went, if you provide like a secret court connection for whistleblowers, then that attorney is barred from saying anything, and then he goes to the secret court. No, it's an attempt to expose sensitive intelligence information under the guise of protecting the country. Again, the same thing they're doing, same pattern of behavior. It's deep state, so it's the same pattern of behavior. And again, deep state is KGB. They use KGB methods. So again, that's a scam that's going to be investigated. I imagine it's probably under investigation right now. You can't just go to a lawyer and put that out there in the media. I mean, you can't. What do they call those things? A situation. It's a national security incident. It's a leak. No, it's a leak. You can't leak information about that. There's a process to keep it secret. No, it's not politics. The person could be arrested depending on how the investigation goes. Nobody's a whistleblower. No, you're not a whistleblower unless you are. If you're a spy, whether it's the Democratic Party or as a proxy for a foreign nation or a foreign nation, then you're a spy. But I'm Larry's victim, and I'm investigating crimes about victims. Thank you, Larry. Same scam. Same pattern of behavior. So again, that person might be arrested and indicted here, or indicted and arrested